Hello students, let us start our new session of chapter number 2, Units and Measurements. In last session, we understood the dimension of physical quantities. Now let us form these quantities in terms of its formula and equations. So that is dimensional formula and dimensional equations. Here this expression shows that how and which quantities can represent that particular physical quantity. That is known as dimensional formula. For example, the volume, that is L into L into L, that is L cube. Now that standard formula we are having in terms of mass, length and time. All these three base quantities we are going to represent for dimensional equation. Now in that volume, mass and time quantity is not there. So we can represent it as in 0. So that is m0, L cube, T0. Likewise, we are having the equation of speed or velocity, that is distance per time. So distance can represent as a length with 1 L1 per time, that is division of time. If we take it in numerator, then time inverse. So we can represent this equation m0 L T inverse. Here between m, L and T one space we are giving. Acceleration, that is distance per time square, that is meter per second square. So here for that, meter can consider as a length 1, second square means time inverse. So here that is a time square, that is t raised to minus 2. So m0 L1 t raised to minus 2. Likewise for the mass density, we are having mass per centimeter cube. That is mass is 1 centimeter cube. If we take in numerator, then centimeter raised to minus 3. That defines the length. So m1 L raised to minus 3 T raised to 0. So this is how any physical quantity we can represent in terms of this three base quantity in a squared bracket by having its power, that is known as dimensional equation. So dimensional equation, square bracket volume equal to m0 L cube T0, means m raised to 0, L raised to 3, T raised to 0. Dimensional equations for speed, there is in square bracket velocity v equal to m raised to 0, L T raised to 1. T raised to minus 1. For acceleration, a equals to m0 L1 L raised to 1 T raised to minus 2. And mass density rho in square bracket, that is equal to m raised to 1 L raised to minus 3 T raised to 0. This is how these physical equations can be obtained from its base quantity, physical quantity. Now, let us go through the dimensional analysis and its applications. So here, this description of physical behavior, it is important for those quantities which can be added or subtracted with the same dimensions. From this equation, we can deduce a certain relation among these physical quantities. We can get its derivation, accuracy, dimensional consistency, everything. When magnitude of these quantities are same, then we can also perform its multiplication to get just like ordinary algebraic symbol. We can also cancel identical units from numerator and denominator, and from that final derived unit, we can get it. So here this physical quantity is represented by the symbols on both the side of a mathematical equation in the same dimension. Now let us check the dimensional consistency of this equation while we do any mathematical analysis. So we can add or subtract these similar physical quantities, just like velocities can be added to force. Electric current and thermodynamic temperature, this cannot be subtracted. Velocity and force cannot be added. Only these two quantities can be add or subtract, which is having a similar physical quantities. For that, we need to follow principle of homogeneity for dimension. From that, we can verify the correctness of that equation. If this dimension of all the terms are not same, then equation proved wrong. For that, if we derive this expression for the length of an object, when all individual dimensions are simplified, then remaining dimension must be in the term of length. For example, if we derive the equation for speed, then dimension on both the sides should be equated, and at the end, the result will be generated in terms of speed distance per time, that is equal to length per time. The dimensional consistency cannot give the guarantee for the correct equation. It is uncertain to extent of dimensionless quantities based on the special functions, just like trigonometric, logarithmic, and exponential functions. If we take the ratio of similar physical quantities, length to length, speed to speed, which is having the no dimensions, so here this homogeneity equation cannot be applied. For example, let us define the dimensional consistency of the given equation. X equal to x0 plus v0t plus 1/2 at square. X, that is the distance, having the dimension L. So x0 is also having L. v0 into t. V is distance per time and t is a time. So time will be cancelled out. So that is having the distance, that is also L. Now 1/2 at square. Magnitude here we are not going to consider. So 1/2 we are not going to define. A, that is acceleration, meter per second square. And t square, that is a second square. So this second square will be cancelled out. So that is again we are having meter, means length, means L. Means all these three components available in the right hand side having the same dimension L. This is how we can define it. So this equation is give you the correct equation based on this homogeneity equation. Both the side we are getting a length physical quantity. If any equation failed to provide this consistency test, then it proved wrong. But if it is passes, it means it is not always right. If this property is wrong, then equation is completely wrong. But if this is passes, means we cannot say that is always right. So here, this dimensionally correct equation need not be actually an exact equation, but that is dimensionally correct or not, that we can define. For example, let us consider an equation 1/2 mv square equal to mgh, that is kinetic energy equal to potential energy. So here where m is the mass of the body, v is the velocity, G is the acceleration due to gravity and h is the height. Now correct. Now check this equation is dimensionally correct or not. For LHS, 1/2 mv square, 1/2 we are not going to consider as in magnitude. M, that is mass, v square, that is L, v velocity, that is distance per time, that is L, t inverse raised to 2. So that is we are having the equation m L square t raised to minus 2. For RHS, mgh, m having a dimension m, g having a dimension L, t raised to minus 2, and h having a dimension L. By equating it, we are having m L square t raised to minus 2. So while this LHS and RHS are same, so this equation is dimensionally correct. Now, let us take another example. SI unit of energy J is equal to kilogram meter square per second square. Now that of speed V having SI unit meter per second and acceleration having meter per second square. Which of the formula for kinetic energy K given below can give you the rule on the basis of dimensional equation? So now, to get the correct formula of the equation at the same dimension, we need to verify for both the sides. So only quantities with the physical dimensions can be added or subtracted. For example, dimensional quantities onto the right side that we are having kinetic energy, we have equated from earlier example, m L square t raised to minus 2. Now from the first equation we are having m L square t raised to minus 2. That is a correct one. For the A point, that is m square v cube, whose dimension we can get m square L cube t raised to minus 3. In the second equation, we are having the dimension 1/2 mv square, that is equal to m L square t raised to minus 2. And that is the same we can get it for D, that is 3/16, but if we are not going to consider its magnitude, then B and D having the same equation mv square. Now for the C, we are having m L t raised to minus 2. So here an E quantity onto the right side having a no proper dimension, we cannot define it. So we are having 4 equations A, B, C and D. While we are going to compare it with the kinetic energy, that equation we have equated earlier, example m L square t raised to minus 2. So here B and D both having the same dimension onto the right hand side. So this can define as dimensionally correct for B and D both. But the correct equation we are having, that is B, that is 1/2 mv square. So this is how we can define its correctness by its dimension equation. Clear? Now, let us go through the next topic. Deducing relation among the physical quantities. Here the method of dimension can be used to reduce a relation among physical quantities. For that, we should know the dependence of physical quantity on each other and consider its a product time dependence. Dimensional analysis is useful in deducing the relations among the interdependent physical quantities. dimensionless constants cannot be obtained by this method. This method of dimension can only test the dimensional validity, but it won't give you the exact relation between physical quantities in the equation. So it cannot distinguish between physical quantities having the same dimension. For example, consider a simple pendulum having a bob attached to a spring that oscillates under the action of force of gravity. Suppose that a period of oscillations of the simple pendulum depends on its length, mass of the bob, and acceleration due to gravity. So derive the expression for its time period using the method of dimensions. Now, time period T, that is depending on L, length, G, that is a gravitational acceleration due to gravity, and mass of the bob. And this equation we can write in terms of, in normal condition, K is a constant, dimensionless constant. Dimensionless constant K, that is with L raised to X, G raised to Y, and M raised to Z. That values we need to determine to define its dependency. Now, if on LHS we are having a time only, so we are having that equation M raised to 0, L raised to 0, and T raised to 1. Now, if we define for another side, K is the magnitude, avoid it, L raised to X, consider as L raised to 1. G, that is acceleration, so that is L raised to 1 raised to X. Dimension of L, that is L raised to 1 raised to X. D having meter per second square, so L raised to 1, T raised to minus 2 raised to Y. And M having the dimension 1, that is M raised to 1 raised to Z. By adding its power, we are having a final equation L raised to X plus Y, T raised to 9 raised to T raised to 9 into minus 2y, and M raised to Z. Now equated both the side of the powers. So we can get the equation X plus Y equal to 0, minus 2y equal to 1, and Z equal to 0. So X equal to 1 by 2, Y equal to minus 1 by 2, and Z equal to 0. Now place these values onto the equation, that T equal to K, L raised to 1 half, T raised to minus 1 by 2. If we can rewrite, then T equals to K under root L by G. K is the constant. We cannot obtain its dimension with this method. So we can keep it as it is. Or time period is there, so we can define K equals to 2 pi. So the final equation we can get T equals to 2 pi under root LG. This is what the correct formula we can get it based on its dimension method. Clear, everyone? Here we are going to end this session. With that, we are going to end this chapter. Hope you understood the whole session, the whole chapter thoroughly. Thank you.